Y'all, this week has not been the best for filming. Last week in my last vlog, y'all saw that we were messing with those grain bags, and as anyone that messes with those knows, it's kind of a repetitive process. So Zach has been full-time trucking and he is hauling beans every single day, and that's just what it is right now. This is the period in farming apparently up here where things just get so hectic and repetitive. There's really no time to teach anybody anything new. It's just learning as we're doing it. So today we might break the loop a little bit and we're gonna go check out the wheat. First, Zach is gonna give y'all a little update on what's been going on the farm. I'm gonna set stuff on fire.
Good afternoon. What a beautiful day. We have been pretty much just hauling soybeans every day for the past few days. Brandon's been mixing in some spraying here and there when the weather allows, but for the most part, we've just been picking up those grain bags that you've already seen. I really didn't want to film a ton of that because it's pretty repetitive. We go out there, we get a load, we go back to the elevator over and over and over. We do have some weather coming in this week, or possibly they're talking some storms, and the yard is kind of a wreck. Using today just to get caught up, get some stuff put away. We've done some organizing. Now, I've got the air seeder all cleaned out. The inside, we drained all the tanks, which there wasn't much left, but did drain all the tanks, got everything put away from that. Now I've got the water trailer here. We are going to give it a little bath. And gosh, I can't believe I'm saying it, but it's gonna be time to start getting harvest stuff ready here pretty soon, which is crazy. We are still pretty dry. We really haven't had any rain since seeding, but luckily they had a pretty good profile from last year and from over the winter. We're still sitting good on moisture, but man, some of this later planted stuff could really use a rain, but not really anything in the forecast. I know we have some chances of storms, but it's pretty small chance. But yeah, harvest stuff. That's gonna be here before we know it. And man, you're gonna want to watch some harvest stuff because there is gonna be some exciting stuff showing up for that. That was the biggest fall you've taken so far. You fell from all the way up there. Hopefully everybody's okay. Let's try this again. Caution, you guys didn't read the sign. Caution again, read the dang signs. Okay, that is all washed, ready to be put away. I completely forgot to even show you guys this. We did lose a tire on a trailer and it kind of wiped out the back corner here. What do you guys think? Would this be easy to fix? I know when I was a kid, my dad and I rebuilt a bunch of wrecked grain trailers and they seemed pretty simple. I don't know, we might give this a try here in a couple weeks if we have time. We might see if we can't. Oh man, that airbag needs change too. That thing looks tired. But anyways, yeah, we might end up trying to do this if we get time here before harvest. I don't think it would be too bad. Let me know your thoughts. And that's just the way it is. That's not the first thing, and that dang sure won't be the last. But I guess I'll show you this too. I just remembered the combine, one of the combines, let's just say, did get back from our local dealer. They went through it to get it all ready for harvest. I'll go show you guys that real quick. So that's going to be pretty exciting. So here is our 9250. They did run this machine last year, and we're going to be running it again this year. And in the past, these guys have always ran their own machine, but they've also hired a custom combining crew to come in, which is actually how I got to meet these guys. They've always hired a custom combine crew to come in. This year, there's going to be something tagging along with this one that hopefully makes it where we don't need a custom combine crew. We are going to try and do all of our harvest ourselves It'll be a big push. Even with this other machine, it's a big push. But if we can just get along somewhat okay, it should be doable. And here is the draper head for it. It's an FD 245, so a 45-foot MacDon. Let's just say the thing running in tandem with this is significantly bigger. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to be madness. Jordan's going to have her work cut out for her in the grain cart. Let's just say that. The corn has really come around. Hopefully in the next few days, Jordan and I can show you guys that, because stuff is finally taking off. We're finally getting some heat. Stuff's finally warming up. Exciting stuff. Calling it a day.
Holy crap, so you're seeing this as soon as I'm seeing this. I have not been updated by this wheat in a really long time, and it's really throwing me off here. As y'all can see, wheat here is a completely different ball game, and if you're from down south, this is kind of gonna weird you out. It's in a whole different stage than it is down in Kansas right now. We stay in touch with a lot of our Kansas friends down south, and they are full-blown in the middle of wheat harvest, of course. So while they're hauling grain to the elevators, this wheat is just chilling and in its own stage right now. Obviously, the differences here are winter wheat and spring wheat. So winter wheat gets to take its sweet time. It's planted in the fall. It has all winter to just take its sweet time and grow as slow as it needs to. This wheat is called spring wheat, and it was planted just this season, and it has just a few months, probably half the time that winter wheat has. It's just like, hey, I'm showing up late to the party, but I'm gonna grow fast and I'm gonna get it done. Obviously, the way it grows is completely different too, because as you can see, in Kansas, we have dry, hot, not a lot of rain. It just kind of never stops being sunny. But here we have lots and lots of clouds. And when it finally does warm up, and I could be wrong, but I feel like North Dakota wheat would not survive in the winter. I don't think they do winter wheat out here, because right after they plant it, it'd probably be so dang cold that it would die. A couple of fun facts that I could totally be wrong about, but apparently winter wheat has higher yields, therefore they use the wheat for breads, your general purpose flour, stuff like that, as opposed to this spring wheat that has higher protein content. And apparently, again, fact check me on this, but I think they use this kind of wheat for your fancier breads in the grocery store that are fresh and maybe got a little bit more protein and higher class. All that kind of talk is a little too fancy for me. I just buy a loaf of Sara Lee and call it a day. I know there's a lot of weird grasses in Kansas, of course. It's the grasslands, but look at this stuff. I'm not kidding. It feels like hair. Like this stuff, whatever this weed grass is. What the heck? Does anyone know what this is? It literally is so fine and soft. It feels like hair. And it looks neon. Look at that. Also, I'm not sure if all of y'all know, but I am going to be a full-time grain cart operator. So the next time y'all see this field, I'm probably gonna be chasing a combine around. Life on the farm isn't always insanely busy for a housewife like me, who is trying to hold down the fort. We kind of got thrown onto this farm in the busy season, so getting a schedule together has just not been really possible. I have been so busy with the house. The whole DIY renovation thing is on pause right now, with Zach being entirely too busy on the farm. And when fall comes and harvest gets done with, we can start discussing more DIY projects. And we're just kind of feeling things out, getting a professional in our bathroom to tell us what is even possible to renovate, since that is project number one in our 70s home that we now own. By the way, I'm not sure if this is what canola looks like, but if it's clover, just like they have down in Kansas, I'm very pleased with that. Clover is probably pretty invasive and not fun to have, but I have sentimental attachment to it, and I am amazed that it looks and smells exactly like the clover down in Kansas. So I like that. Zach is going to be taking me for a drive pretty soon to go look at a bunch of fields, and he's going to show me my very first field of canola, and it's starting to bloom, and I'm really excited to see it in person because I never have. Y'all stay tuned for the next vlog. We're going to be seeing canola for the first time. We have some exciting new updates that Brandon is making on the farm that we work on as well. Zach hinted earlier that the new equipment lineup is going to be wild for harvest this year. There are some upcoming changes that have been happening on the farm that we haven't got into detail about, so we'll show you guys that in the next vlog. The garden is coming along great. Most of the time we are still running around like chickens with our head cut off, but we are adjusting nicely to our new life up here in North Dakota. If you're new here, welcome to the mess. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave those down below. If you want to support the channel, go over to Snow Grown Outdoors, where we sell hats now. We got hoodies, we have t-shirts, stickers, all that good stuff. Appreciate all of your support, and I will see y'all in the next one. Okay, love you, bye.